كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله والصلاة والسلام على خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى كل ملائكة المقربين على عباد الله الصالحين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وبعد اللهم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again for the mercy of being a Muslim. Being a Muslim is a mercy. We all the time mention about this. It is not our religion alone. It is not because of our deeds or because of our situation or the tribe or anything that causes us to become a Muslim. But we are Muslim based upon the fact that Allah in His wisdom, He makes us such. And so being a Muslim also comes along with a lot of things. You don't just become a Muslim just like that. Allah is going to test you on each and every level of your life. And so therefore, it is a duty for each and every Muslim to present Islam to those who otherwise don't present Islam. And there is a need for organizing yourself and presenting Islam to those who otherwise don't have Islam, because in the Yawm al-Qiyamah, they might be a proof for you to be on the right or a proof for you to be on the wrong. And so therefore, we have designed this talk that we call da'wah or destruction. Either we do da'wah or we will be destroyed. Now, destruction could come on different phases. There will be destruction on your wealth, destruction on your life, destruction within the family core that you have prepared, destruction on the fitna and different sort of thing that is happening. So the Sahaba at the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they understood the message. When Allah said, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا كَافَةً لِلنَّاسِ بَشِيرًا وَنَذِيرًا وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. We have not sent thee, O Muhammad, but as a mercy and a giver of glad tidings to all mankind. Then Allah said, وَلَكِنْ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Most of mankind do not know this message. And if they don't know this message, what are we going to do? Are we going to sit down, cross our leg, and turn the television on? No, we have to rise up to the challenge of presenting Islam to those who don't otherwise have Islam. Imam Ghazali, in his Ihya Ulumuddin, there was an old version that he make mention that over 75% of the Sahaba, they died outside Arabian Peninsula because of what ayah that I've just mentioned. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Most of mankind do not know this religion. So if they don't know this religion, that means we have to rise up to the challenge. And so they've died all around the world, the Sahaba, because of that injunction, that it is their duty, and the messenger instilled that in their heart and mind as a duty to rise up and present the message of Islam. That is why you and I today, we are Muslims. Otherwise, if the Sahaba did not make a move about this da'wah, we would be hanging around in our community maybe without any religion. But they did the best that they can. It's up to you to also do the best that you can to propel this religion. That is exactly what you have to do. Now, da'wah or destruction. Today we in the age of globalization. In a globalized world, our children go on internet and they read a lot of stuff on internet. They read things that otherwise you and I, when we was growing up, we couldn't get the chance to read. They read it and they come with a lot of questions. They come with questions that you've never thought about. So you've got to be prepared, especially in this present world that we live in. And we know the early Muslims did the best that they can, because from the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, up to 16th century, the Muslims at that time, they did not sleep around. They traveled all over the place. And for that reason, you and I are Muslim. They've given us the tool to take it to the next level. And if you understand the last message of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, may those of you who are here pass on to those who are not here. And may they also pass it to the next generation. And may they also do the same thing. And I'm hoping that those who receive this message towards the end will understand the message more than those who are here. What does that mean? It means we today, we've never seen the Rasul, but the way we exhibit our Islam, the way we do our things, we love the Messenger so much. We love Islam so much. But that is not enough. And I was telling people, look, you've traveled, especially in the western part. I always bring the western part because I live there most of the time. And I was telling them, I said, you see, I've seen a lot of people from Senegal, from Nigeria, from Ivory Coast, from Gambia, from Ghana, from all over Africa, some from India, China, you know, Muslim. You meet in the masjid, especially on Friday. And I was asking them, I said, look, as I'm looking at you right now, me standing in front of you, I see United Nation in front of me. You are United Nation. Different tribe and culture, nation, tradition, everybody's here. One thing that makes Islam smooth and, you know, different is the global aspect that it has to inculcate or to allow each and every one of us to be a member of that Islamic community. So I was asking them, I said, why did you leave your country? Why are you here? Do you think there's a lot of people today, I was telling them, say a lot of people here in Africa, if they know they could get the United States visa, they will sell their property right now just to get the visa. It's a lot of people, they have their inheritance, could be a small little building. If they know with any guarantee that if they sell this house, they're going to pay for the visa, they will do it. A lot, a whole lot. But Allah have make it easy for you to be here in America. I was telling them. I said, but do you know why you are here? Are you here because you're too smart that you were able to get a visa and come to the state? I said, look, you're here because Allah set it up that way. Allah set you up that way. Because the white people that are here with us, in America, in England, in Europe, wherever they are in the western part of the world, they don't have to come to our country to seek for Islam. No, Allah make it easy for me and you to get the visa and go to the western part of the world. In return, we have to let them understand what Islam is all about. Because the culture that we came from is not the same culture with them back in the States. They sit down with 4 little chairs, the center table, they have television, the kitchen is, it has gadgets that is so 21st century. They don't have to put 2 or 3 blocks and then put a pan on it and put some stick and then begin to fire it and smoke all over the place. They don't do that. But we do that. We still do that, as a matter of fact. You from that position, Allah brought you to America. So what are you going to do to those? Look at the people. Do you like the way they walk? Yeah. You see people walking in America, you be like, subhanallah, they need help. But they think they're cool, they swing, they're all right. But then again, if you compare Islam with them, then you begin to realize that they need help. How are you going to walk with your pants sagging like this? Huh? How are you going to walk when you walk like crap? Who's going to hire you? Who's going to hire you in his job? Yeah, I was giving a talk sometime, a guy came, a Muslim, young guy. He came, he was busy in the talk, and he came, in the building. I said, excuse me, sir, what's your name? He said, it's a Muslim name. I said, okay, fine. So you want to come to the program? He said, yeah. I said, you know what? If you don't raise up your pen, man, you got to go, man. I'm not going to let you sit in the hall that I'm delivering a lecture with your pen sagging. So you got to go outside, get a belt, hook it up like I do and like they did. Otherwise, sitting here. And he realized I was so serious. All I have to do is to look at the security and they're going to let him go. So he looked at me and I look at the security and I look at him. And he said, all right. He go. And he came 15 minutes later. He want me to see him. He talk in, the pant is good. And he's looking at me. He want me to recognize him. I said, yeah, I saw you. Have a seat, man. So he said, I said, look, but that is it. So what happened is that this sagging, I see a young people here in Nigeria, in Ghana. I just came back from Sierra Leone. Before then, I was in Liberia. I was going to go to Guinea, but they have the outbreak of what is that? Not Corona, the other one. The Ebola. I was going to go there, but then again, they said, no, Sheikh. They themselves, they called and say, look, we are in a tight situation, so you better go. So I came to Nigeria, went to Kano and have a rest, and I moved on to here. What happened was that I used to work in the prison. I'm still working, but if I'm not here, if I'm back in the state, I still work in the prison once in a while. I used to work full-time, but right now, I don't do it. Where do they get that sagging? That I see a lot of young men in Abuja. I saw them. I went to some community and I saw these guys, They saw me, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh, barakada. But then again, I'm looking at their, the outer pants. I can see. I said, okay, I greeted them and I told them, inshallah, I'm going to be traveling, but when I come, I want to have a talk with them. They were so happy. They said, inshallah, they're going to make sure. I say, because we're going to talk like that. How do you get this thing? Most people, they put on the sagging pant, but they don't know where it came from. You know where it came from? In the United States prison. It came from the prison. How did it come from the prison? You see, in America, sometimes they give you 2,000 years in prison. I mean, how are you going to give me 2,000 years? Sometimes they give you 5,781 days and 2 seconds. You stay in the prison. Sometimes they give you, the judge will just look at you and said, give me $100 and go home. Because he look at you. He could see your pocket, man, with the glass that he has on. It's a see-through. He look at your pocket, you don't have $100. It's okay, give me $100 or you're going to go to the slammer for 100 years. Take your choice. He said, no, my brother is here. I said, no, I don't want you from your brother. Just put your hand in your pocket and give me right now from your pocket. Then you go home free. He know you don't have it, so he make it that way. So when they go to the prison, they stay for like long years. Those who are given life in prison, we go and visit them. It's very sad. Their life is gone. I said, to the trash. So now their family even reject them as time goes on because nobody want to go to see them. After all, they've given hope. They're not coming out. They might die in there or they get injected when it's time for them to die by lethal injection. And they die and they get wasted and they go. So their parents or their family neglect them and they be by themselves in the prison. And what happened is that they don't have materials. You don't have no clothes. You don't have no this. They don't even have belts. So the new young guy who sell reefer on the side kick, they sell, cocaine in the corner. They sell drugs in the corner. So it's easy for the cops to get them. The cops bring them in and they spend about maybe 2, 3, 4 months. So these young guys, the old folks who are in for a long time, and they say, look, man, give me your belt, man. Take your belt, man. What you gonna do, man? What's up? Fuck out of here. What's wrong with you? I need your belt, man. Matter of fact, give me your shoe too. What you gonna do, man? The guy wants your shoe and he wants your belt. And these guys are young, but these hard-hitting criminals, they say, okay, all right, sir. Okay, sir, hurry up, man, hurry up. Take off the belt and they give it to him and say, right, wait a minute, man, let me just try to see if it's okay. All right, thank you very much. Don't that look good? All right, have a nice day. And he move on. That's what they do in prison. And the warden cannot do nothing. It's a different world in the prison. The warden and the prison security, they will do the best that they can, but they can't handle that situation. It's too big for them. The penitentiary is just wild, And so these guys that they got their belt taken away from them, if they come outside, maybe they spend about 2, 3 months, now they go outside, or before they go outside in the prison, if they put on their pants, they don't have no belt, because the big guys are taking their belt, and so they begin to walk like this. They walk like this, to protect, not to fall. So it became, when they come outside, they say, okay, it's got to be a new style, man. What's up, baby, man? I just came out of prison. So it became a style, and they don't use no belt. So they buy the pen. It was rough, but now everybody's doing it. It's a prison system. And so when I see young folks here, in Africa, having the same type of belt and walking like that, I say, man, if you know exactly where this style came from, I don't think you're going to do it. So the young in Africa, really, we got a big problem. The problem is, if the West say jump, we ask them, how high should we jump? If the West wear this clothes, we want to wear the same clothes. If the West do this, we want to do the same thing. But then again, these people that you are trying to copy, they are looking for guidance. They themselves are looking for guidance. They don't have deen. And if you see their culture, wallahi, you would be shocked. If you live, not just visiting there, if you stay with them and you see their culture, you definitely have to understand that they need guidance, man. Between themselves and their parents, it's a big, big, big problem. Between the child and his mother, big problem. Fights, serious fight with their hand, sometimes with a gun too. Sometimes they fight their parent with the gun. But we think it's cool to take your children to the western part of the world and let them live there. And if they come home, we don't even want to speak Hausa to them. You ask them, we speak English to them because they're cool. look, they're going to speak the English anyway. And no matter how they speak English, they can become American or English. They go outside in the street, the moment, like myself, you think I speak American English? Well, I do to an extent. Wallahi, if I walk downtown, the moment I open my mouth, he's from somewhere. They know I'm from somewhere. But some of you think, okay, he's speaking slang. Right. What I'm speaking right now, if I speak the same thing in America, they know I'm from somewhere. Clearly. They don't have to bend backward no, they know I'm from somewhere. Maybe I've been here for quite a long time. They know that. The way I dress, they know I'm from somewhere. There is no way you're going to be like them. You can't. You will try as much as you can, but they know you from somewhere. Either you have your accent shows that, or your dress. Because in America, for instance, if they ask you, there was a time I became a dumb. I can't speak. In the train station. Because the niggers are out in the street hunting for Africans. Because we easy catch. Very easy. An African would dress, shirt and the pen, and the way he walk, he just walk. I mean, you know, he's just going. Americans don't walk like that. You know how they walk? Be like, what's up, man? You see how they walk? I don't know if they're dancing or what. But even, you know, so they want to know, this guy, man, he looks African, but, you know. So they come to you. Excuse me, what time is it, man? What did I say? Huh? Yeah. And that is a good English. Because the time is it, man? Another style. So what you gonna do? The guy's asking you, what time is it? Yo, time is it, man? If you're lucky, he said, yeah, what time is it? He kind of bring the time. But the New Yorkers are very strange. They're like, yo, time is it, man? So he come to you as an African. You are very respectful, nice person from Africa. We have culture. We respect our elders. So he said, okay, what time is it? Now you kind of catch it. Okay, it's 14 minutes. Man, the guy know that you're from somewhere. Now you're going to be a nice guy. Okay, it's 4:25, 15 minutes. So, okay, now I can steal from you. Because you give yourself up. You can just steal from you. You go like this, show you a gun. Man, get ready, man. I need your money. Hurry up. I got a gun. Hurry up, man. I got 5 minutes, man. Give me the money. Matter of fact, let's walk. Let's go. Don't show any sign. Let's go. Give me the money, man. He pump it. Let me count, man. Got $4,500. Thank you very much. Have a nice and stay safe. All right. I'm gonna stay Sheikh. Stay safe. You just pulled a gun on me and you took my money. You're talking about stay safe. But that's what is happening to a lot of people. And so when I see our young folks, they're trying to be like that, you know, I was like, okay, fine. But man, if only you know what is happening with these folks. They need to change. They themselves, they're changing. So the black American, African American is changing. They're changing so fast. The Spanish Americans are changing so fast. They want to be just like you. Some of them are moving into Africa because they realize once they become a Muslim, they don't want to live in America again. They want to go outside the United States. Maybe some went to Senegal. There's a lot of them in Nigeria. They have come to settle. A lot of them in Ghana. I've seen them. A lot of them in Sierra Leone. Now they're happy that, you know. But why is it that we are trying to copy them? Now we are trying to copy them. When in fact, you know, they're the one that we're supposed to be giving the guidance. So, da'wah or destruction. Da'wah can come in any form. Destruction can come also in any form. And so I was telling the people in America, again from my talks, I say, Allah brought you here to deliver the message. Allah brought you here for His own reason, being a Muslim, to deliver the message. So your duty is to work. You could work. I'm not saying just stop whatever you're doing and go do da'wah. No, that's what I'm saying. Along with you working, at the same time, you could do da'wah too. Da'wah also can be done, being the way you smile to the people, the way you talk to them, the way you handle yourself and compose yourself. People look at you, they see a good man. I mean, the way you carry yourself, they want to be like you. You know, if you talk to them, they want to listen because he's a sharp guy, you know, like that. So that is da'wah also. But if you want to do da'wah like we do, To the Maguzawa, you could do it. To the community of the Muslim, you could do it. So da'wah have different shades. Those who did it to atheists, those atheists are those who don't believe Allah exists. Yeah, they say Allah don't exist. And they have thousands of reasons to tell you, for your head to keep shaking. They're very smart. And then we have the agnostic. Agnostic, they say God exists, but he doesn't care about the people in this dunya. In fact, he created them. After that, he removed himself entirely from his own creation and leave you to fend for yourself. Agnosticism. Then we have Gnosticism. Gnosticism is, okay, God exists, but you and I don't have the ability to tap in the perception of God Almighty and to realize how strong Allah is. So we should use our God-given sense to rule ourselves. And then we have the free thinkers. Free thinkers, they do whatever they want to do as long as they don't step on your toe. They just have so many different beliefs. And that is exactly what our children are watching on television, what they're watching on Facebook, what they're watching on internet. I've had a lot of Muslim brothers, young men. They call me, they want to know about, what Allah exists. I said, but you're supposed to be a Muslim. I said, yeah, but I have a friend and he's telling me a lot of things and this and that. So that led me to want to debate. That was the first time I said, look, it's about time that I'm going to do my research and I'm going to debate an atheist, because these atheists are taking our children to the laundry. They're cleaning them. They're cleaning out the mind of our children, and our children, men and women, asking questions that we're not even prepared to answer these questions. They ask us all these questions. So I took upon myself to debate. We had a lecture. The scholars in America, we had a dialogue. Okay, let's just forget about everything and deal with the atheism problem. So we decided to be debating atheism, and I did mine in Columbia University on Broadway, New York. Those of you who went to New York, you see the Columbia University, one of the biggest universities. So we went there to have a debate with an atheist who doesn't believe Allah exists. The first thing he said was, Mr. Muhammad Awal, can you show me where Allah is? If you can, as a matter of fact, can you show me what tribe is he? Is he black or white? I mean, you believe in him. And he said, Mr. Muhammad Awal, I think you're stupid. I said, why do you think I'm stupid? Because I say, you believe in the Prophet of Arabia. I mean, you were not there over 1,400 years between you and him. So you believe that somehow an angel came to him and revealed the message to him when you were not there. You were not even born yet. And this man is buried and gone. And you still believe that the angel came physically and delivered the message to him. You believe that? I say, I believe that. I say, I told you, man, you're stupid. How are you going to believe this thing? You can't prove it. You can't do it. I said, look, faith is not like, faith is faith. I said, Mr. Brown, what you're telling me right now is, it's like you are giving me a check, but you don't have money in your account to back up the check that you've given me. You're giving me the check, but when I go to get the money out, you don't have money in your account. That's what you're telling me. Mr. Brown, I'm telling you, the fact that you exist is a proof that God exists. Because according to quantum mechanics, nothing exists by itself without any primal mover. Nothing comes to be without a primary mover. Mr. Brown, look at the heaven and the earth. Why is it that the distance between the heaven and the earth is 93 million miles? And scientists are telling me and you, if it is 93.1, life on earth will be unbearable. And if it is 92.99, still life on earth is going to be terrible. But for the fact that it's 93 constant million miles away, it is so perfect, it fits our life on earth. So what intelligence did that? Mr. Brown, look at the moon, 480,000 miles away from the earth. It is so perfect. If the moon is a little bit more, we would have maybe 4 or 5 days in a month, or 50 days in a, it will alter our life on earth. So it is positioned in a perfect position. I said, Mr. Brown, your scientists are telling me that the earth is 25.3 degrees tilted facing the sun. The earth is not standing. It's tilted 23.5. It has to, because if the earth tilt 22.9, those who live in Indonesia, in Scandinavia, which is the Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland, they will sink, because the iceberg will melt so much so that their country will sink and submerge into the sea. So that perfection is there. So who did that? Mr. Brown, if I ask you that this building, Al-Ansar Masjid, this big building here, I wake up in the morning and boom, it is there. Would you believe me? He said, man, that's a stupid question. How could I believe you? This building? I said, I'm just asking you. He said, no, man, no. I said, then how did it come? He said, somebody built it. Who? An architect, a designer who fixed the features, who did it, this and that. So you mean it cannot come by itself? Yeah, because it's too complex. What do you mean it just came by itself? No, that's not possible. I said, okay, fine, put that aside. How about the Boeing 747 that is at Abuja International Airport? I wake up in the morning, there it is. I saw a Boeing, it came by itself. Do you think it's possible? No, why not? Because this machine is complex. Even your watch is so complex. I wake up in the morning, I saw the watch on my table. I don't know where it came. It just appeared by itself. Does it make sense? He said, Mr. Muhammad, what's wrong with you? Do you have any loose knot in your head or something? I said, I don't have. I'm just asking you a question. And the thing get interested. People are listening. I said, MashaAllah. Now, inshallah, we're going to corner you. And those who believe you, we're going to unravel that kind of belief system. So we on, Mr. Brown. Now, you telling me this and that and this and that came by itself? It could not come by itself. There's got to be an engineer. The aeroplane have the propellant, the propulsion, the speed, the pilot, this and that. Okay, fine. That means upon all the complexity, somebody created it, right? He said, yes. I said, look at the heaven and the earth. Look at the night and the day, the wind, the variation. Do you think nature can create something intricate like this? If you say nature created this, it came by chance. Okay, let me take off my watch. I take it off, I remove all the small little parts, and I'm going to throw it up in the sky. What is the chances are by the time that all this part will fall down, it will somehow rearrange itself and become perfect watch? What are the chances? No, 0% chances. So you are telling me that it is chance. It happened by chance. That means, okay, fine. By chance, right? Yes. That means chance have intelligence. Chance, who created this complex creation, have intelligence. Science, chance, have consciousness. He said, well, not really, but what do you mean, not really? Mr. Brown, we're talking logic. How could this happen? That's what Allah said. Inna fi halqis samawat wal ard wa ikhtilafil layl wan nahar la ayatin li ulil albab allazina yazkuruna Allaha qiyaman wa qu'udan wa ala junubihim wa yatafakkaruna fi halqis samawat. Subhanallah. Rabbana ma khalaqta hadha batila subhanaka faqina azaban nar. I said, Mr. Brown, this ayah that I've just read in the Quran, so I read the ayah and I explained to him. He said, okay, can you prove it? I said, Mr. Brown, I've never seen God, but there are so much indicative reasons for me to believe that God exists. Have you ever seen electricity? He said, no. Well, it exists, right? He said, yeah. So how come you don't see electricity? And he said, well, man, you don't understand, but what I'm trying to, I said, we're trying to do what? It's always that, you corner them. I said, Mr. Brown, why do you firmly believe that God does not exist? Why are you so firm on that? He said, well, nobody saw God. I said, yeah, because nobody landed on anywhere except the earth. Human beings have never landed on any moon, on any earth except the earth. They've never landed in any of the 9 planets. None of them land. The moon is a satellite. It is not a planet. So they've never landed. So, okay, you never land on Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Mars. You never land on them. When you finish, you go to the galaxy. The galaxy contains over 100 billion other planets. You never landed on them. Then you come to super cluster, super galaxy, which has 100 billion, gazillion other planets that are so much bigger than the Earth. You've never been into all these places, standing here on Earth and telling me that God does not exist. Do you think you're making sense, Mr. Brown? So the people started clapping, mashallah, mashallah. The Muslim, Muslim, and now they are afraid. They want to say, Allahu Akbar. They say, Allahu Akbar. I said, man, say it loud. Allahu Akbar, man. Don't be saying Allahu Akbar. So no. Say it loud. They say the Muslim, Muslim are very good with takbir. So we did it. And eventually, Mr. Brown was vanquished. So he said, okay, well, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that's how you call him. He never received any revelation. We believe because there is no proof. I say, why? Because, there's no proof. I say, okay, Mr. Brown, we have bats. Bat, gemagi, bats. They have something called sonar. That's how they communicate, through sonar. Sonar is them releasing some noise that is so low in frequency that if you are very close to them, you can never hear that sound. But the other bats that is maybe here to Gidan Sheikh Barno, maybe the bat is here, release that atomic sound. The bat that is here to Sheikh Barno's house will hear that sound. But the other bats that are there, they will hear, but they will understand that that sound is not for them. Maybe it was that female sound that is looking for her husband. So she emits the sound. It's like, where are you, my darling? Maybe. She released that sound. And so he is going to hear that. They will all hear, all the bats that are there, they will hear. But they know, they know it belongs to him. This is scientifically proven. Wallahi, they have proved it. So you don't have to hear the revelation for you to believe that Muhammad heard. So if the animals can emit certain radiation, which we cannot hear, animals, why wouldn't God do better than that? Grasshopper. I'm not grasshopper. I'm just exemplifying. Grasshopper, if they take their hind leg, if they want to communicate, they need a woman. No, if she's a female grasshopper, she wants to communicate with a male grasshopper. All she do is to raise the hind leg, and she clamps it together. Over 2 miles, her suitor will hear. Wallahi. Scientifically, it's proven. And he will fly. Subhanallah. He will just fly unerringly, and he will land at that particular spot. But who heard that communication? You, me, nobody. But yet, they could release that atomic, emission of sound. And it is meant for those who will listen. If that can happen, why wouldn't Allah do a better job? If somebody come around in this masjid and try to grab the fan, or try to grab this, he's trying to pull it, and he stole it away, we wake up in the morning and we can't find the culprit. Somebody did that. Somebody stole it. So how do we find that person? The best thing to do, scientifically, they train dogs. Bring the dog here. They will make, you see that on TV. Come on. Come on. They're trying to make him to smell that environment. Because whosoever comes here emits certain smell that you and I cannot hear. Because the dog have 18 times hearing than you and I. 18 times. Subhanallah. If you can hear the sound, 18 times they can hear more than human. So all they have to do is to let him see the crime scene. Good boy. They will let him loose. And he will go and pursue. Eventually, he will find the culprit. What did he how did he do it? Only Allah does. So in religion, that aspect of science is called revelation. Allah revealed to the messengers and prophets, even though they're sitting in a lot of people, the angel will come and make his noise, revealing the message. Nobody will listen, will hear, except the president or the prophet or the messenger will hear. So these are some of the arguments that we present to them. And alhamdulillah, based upon logic and common sense, people are accepting Islam in the Western. Wallahi, sometimes, subhanallah, sometimes I do hide somewhere. Maybe I go behind the member and I hide and do my sujood shukur to thank Allah for the fact that I am a Muslim. I wake up in the morning, I don't have no money in my pocket sometimes, but if I remember I'm a Muslim, I say, Alhamdulillah, Allazi hadana lihaza. Praise be to Allah who guide me into this way of life. وَمَا كُنَّا لِنَخْتَدِيَ لَوْلَا أَنْ هَدَانَ اللَّهِ. Had it not been for Allah's guidance, I cannot guide myself into this. So being a Muslim is a mercy. These are some of the things that we tell them, and among other things. So Allah in His wisdom have given us the leeway to win many debates. Because as long as you understand the Quran, you understand the minhaj of presenting Islam, and you can eloquently present your case, you have no problem. So a lot of people, they have the fact, but to present it is a problem. Yeah, that is a problem. You have the case. The judge say, okay, go. You have anything to present? Yes. You have the case, but you didn't package it well. So the judge is looking at you, seeing a lot of loopholes. He says, I'm sorry, bam, the case is dismissed. When in fact, you're supposed to win. The same thing with Islam. So we have those who, like I play soccer, and I know most of you play soccer too, but we have professional soccer players, right? They specialize on that. The same thing, we do da'wah. We have professional du'ats who can do it very well. And that's what we have realized. And in Zaitun Dawah Institute in the United States, that's what we teach, how to present Islam in a modern setting. When wai a cikin Hausa wai me idan kiɗi ta canza sai ai me rawa kuma ta canza haka abin yake. So you are in a situation, things change. The way we apply Islam in the West is not the same we apply here. It can't work because they have different mindset. So we use the level of different mindset and we present it here. So it's very painful when I come back here and somebody was telling me, one of the young guys in Abuja, I gave a lecture in Area 10, right? Is that Area 10? Area 10 Masjid. Gave a lecture there. That was about 10 days ago. And this guy came, said, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh, Assalamu alaikum, mashallah, kaza, kaza. And then he said, Wallahi, di bukata na kurun tafi America. Ni bukata na kawai kenan, maje ma kurun, ni dai kawai na tafi, kawai na bata, ni dai kawai shiga America. Sai ko? In ce to baka sani haka nike a wannan lokacin yanda kake zancen nan haka ne ma nake zance. Amma da na shiga America, ubangiji Allah na da nufinsa daban. Kai kuma wannan shine hanyar shiriyanka ko kuma wannan shine hanyar da zai sa ka fahimci ubangiji tabbas to insha Allah ka ba matsala. To amma ka sani fa America ba hannuna take ba. Ba ni da hanyar visa na ɗaya kenan. Saboda akwai masu karban kuɗi ce za su yi maka visa. Ce ba ni da wannan hanya. Ni na shiga America wallahi Allah ne kurun cikin ikon sa ya abin nan yasa na tafi America. So I don't have that abin nan. So I say okay. So when ka tafi America, what are you going to do? Ni ma ai kasan ya za a yi gari ne yayi tauri ba wani abin nan. Ana ruwa amma kasa yayi karfi haka. So kaga gwara dan yi motsi, ya kamata niga yayi motsi. In ce to kai in baka yi hankali ba in ka shiga America ba za ka dawo ba. Kai tun baka shiga ba kana irin niga yayi motsi, wani irin motsi zaka je kai, kuma kai niga a cikin kasa America and that kind of stuff. So this is what I'm trying to, faɗakar da matasa da shauransu. You have beautiful wannan Africa is so beautiful, and alhamdulillah we have muna da duk wani natural resources da zamu iya mu harness dinta. We have everything. Yanzu Ingila da Allah ka faɗa min me Ingila ke ta da shi? They don't have any natural resource. What? They don't have nothing. Me suke da shi? Abu ɗaya nake bukata. Wani irin ma'adani suka yi da shi za su fidda a ƙasa a ce su kuma gashi. Sai da kawai sun yi rulin ɗin garuruka dubun na duniya gwalagwalan mu duk an yi raping dinta. They rape it, they rape our resource, rape it, they rape everywhere, countries. Sun fi kowa golfa da duniya, magidan sarauta abin da sarauniya sun fi kowa gold. Check it, Google it, who have the largest gold reserve in the world. A faɗa maka cewa gidan sarauniya, Ingila, Buckingham Palace, they have the largest gold reserve. It's our gold, you know, but it is time for us to rise up. Wajibi ne lokaci ya kai mu tashi mu tsaya tsayin daka, mu kuma matasan mu. Ni fatan da nake yi gwamnatin Najeriya da gwamnatin garuruka da dama cikin Afirka matasa din nan a kokari a kafa su, saboda manzon Allah da ya shigo Madina farko sallallahu alaihi wasallam abinda yi shine ya karfafa matasa. Sai ga ce Abdullahi bin Mas'ud, Abdullahi bin Umar, Sayyid Qudr, kaza da kaza, Bilal ibn Rabah da shauransu, ka tabbata ai shekara 16, 14, 21 ai matasa ne, wallahi matasa ne, ba wani irin manyan malumma da rawani ga su dan zuwa ba wannan bane, matasa ne. Manzon Allah yayi gina addini akan su, kaga inda suka yi addini. So matasa da su ake harka. To amma ta yaya za a ce wai matasan mu yanzu an mai da su punching bag, an mai da su doormat, in zabe yazo su za yi amfani da su? Alhali ƴaƴan wa'annan mutanen suna kasan waje. Wallahi tare muke da su ai, wallahi ina gida ta ce to Sheikh Allah dan gidan wani kaza ya ce wannan juma'an da Allah in an tashi aje gidansa dan yin liyafa, ce to ba damuwa, dan wani babban sanata ne fa ko wani babban gwamna, mu ji assalamu alaikum Sheikh muna bibiyan ka abin nan kaza, bismillah. Wallahi da zarar na ga gidajen su sai na ji ce subhanallah, ga gidayen da kasan gol, ce wannan na mutum ɗaya ne, wannan na mutum ɗaya ne. Lokaci yayi ina jin ko our time is up 3 minutes. To wannan shine abin da yake akwai. To kaga irin wannan dole ne matasa su tsaya tabbatar da cewa su kuma ai tafiyan da su. Ta yaya za a tafiya da su? Su tashi su nemi ilimi su kama kansu da kansu. In ba haka ba gaskiya za a kai wani lokaci za a zo a yi abin nan da na sani. Manzo Allah abin da ya faɗa mana kenan, mu tashi mu nemi ilimi, mu tashi mu karfar da kanmu. Matasa kada ai wasa da wannan lokaci. Ga su malam nan ai amfani da malam mana, a je a nemi karatu. Malam in an je za a same shi, to amma ga littattafai ba ma amfani da shi. Dai kawai da zara mun ji an ce in ka je kai kaza na minti ɗaya za a baka 1000 kaza, a je ai wani aikin da bai dace ba a baka 1000 kaza. To su yaransa me yasa bai kai yaran su je su yi, amma sai abin nan. So gaskiya matasa is very very sad. Kuma duk wanda ce shi zai samu arzikinsa matasa ƴaƴansa kurun ya sani, to ya tabbatar da cewa da zarar ya je ya gyara yaransu za su dawo cikin unguwa suna da aboka waɗanda fasagari ne, waɗannan abokan za su sake lalata su kuma. So in kana tunanin gyaran yara ka yi tunanin kowa ga baki ɗaya cikin yaran. You know, turawa na cewa it takes a village to raise a child. Mutum ɗaya ba zai iya raising ɗansa ba ka iya ka ce ba gida ka kafafafiyar gida suna ciki kaza da kaza da shauransu, ba dole sun fita su yi hudda da mutane. So mu rinka tunanin irin wannan, in Allah yadda kuma sai ga komai yayi kyau, komai ya abin nan. Wannan ina ji shine karshen lecture dina a Maiduguri, amma ba shi bane karshen zuwa na Maiduguri. Wannan shine the beginning of good things to come. Na zo na samu abubuwa, na yi understanding, so na tafi akwai abubuwan da ni kuma zan yi na sake dawowa ba da jimawa ba insha Allah. Na zo na kama gudunmuwa. Na gode kwarai da kuka karɓe ni hannu goma. Na gode, na yi farin ciki. Ni dan uwanku ne, ni kaninku ne, ni wanku ne, ni Fulani ne, ni Bahaushe ne. To zama na ne Turai yawa. So ga abin da halin da muke ciki. To Allah ya muku albarka, Allah ya rufa muku asiri. Masu bukatan arziki Allah ba su arziki mai albarka mai amfani. Masu neman lafiya Allah ƙara musu lafiya, marasa lafiya ma haka, masu lafiya Allah ƙara musu lafiya, yaran mu Allah musu arziki, Allah ba su yawanci da mai albarka mai amfani. Haza billahi tawfiq, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.